you. Let's put our hands together and make welcome to the stage our very own TYB.
What's up, Rattlesnake Rodeo? Southwind Band here watching
Thank
this
y'all.
thing. We really can't mess up now. Y'all, we got y'all a special guest coming up in about 3 more minutes. Absolutely. Yeah. Everything comes back around. We back. Thank y'all, Rattlesnake Rodeo. We told y'all we had a special guest, so without further ado, y'all, our sweet little grandbaby's gonna get up here and show us and y'all how it's really done. You ready, Lacey?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
They can't hear you. You gotta be excited, girl. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Y'all give it up for our grandbaby Lexi. She's about to rock out. Y'all don't even know. Some of you do. Some of you who don't know, you can follow us on Facebook. Thank you, Salman.
Y'all one time really loud and proud for our grandbaby Lexi Lil. Y'all want a little more from her? We may just have to bring her back out in a minute. We'll see what we can do if her mama will let her. She just said an ugly word on the microphone, so she may not get to come back out here. All right, y'all, so this next song right here, it's a TYB original. We released it last year during the pandemic. It got a lot of attention on social media, about 500,000 hits on the music video. It's on Spotify, Amazon, these are all the major music sites. So if you're not following Today's Yesterday band on Facebook, well, shame on you. You better get your phones out and do it. You'll see that music video on there for the song we're fixing to do. We've got another song that we're fixing to release this year. But anyhow, for now, we're going to do the pain for y'all. Y'all go download it. Go download the songs. It's sweet, sad, but sweet songs. Anyhow, without further ado, let's try the pain out for them, y'all.
Cougar takes the pain away. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all so very much. Again, we are today's Yesterday Band. If you ain't following us, get them phones out. Go like us, follow us. Go check out that official music video for that song. It's really a good one. We're proud of it. I gotta send a shout out to my aunt up top there. I never get to see her. She never gets to come out to any of our shows. But hey, Louise, y'all wanted this young lady back up here again, didn't you? All right, let's try this one out. Well, I ain't rich, but I damn sure wanna be.
Working like a dog all day, waiting for me. I wish I had a ring something that I kick, but now I'm sitting on a bar I won't look. I know everybody says money can't buy happiness.
Tell 'em, Lex.
You buy me a boat. You can buy me a truck. You can buy me a Yeti Montana down some
know how I can follow that up. My granddaughter just showed me up. Well, they told me to talk it up, and I'm not very good at talking. Here's our next single we're working on right now. It's called Current Situation. It's getting hotter than the daydreaming. All right, here's a little Eagles for you.
Thank y'all, Rattlesnake Rodeo. We got a few more left in us while we're up here, so without further ado, let's try a little Tyler Farr. How about that? Hey, can I introduce you to everybody? You mind coming up here? Absolutely. I figured you would. Come on. I want to introduce y'all to somebody. Most of y'all already know her. You've already met her. But for those of y'all that haven't, I really, really, really want to introduce y'all to this dear lady. This lady right here is one of the biggest reasons this thing's been a success year after year for the last several years. Y'all, this is City of Ops Mayor, Miss Becky Brackey. Y'all put your hands together for her. She has developed a team that goes above and beyond every time. Thank you for having us. You want to talk to everybody for a second?
Oh, who said let me sing? Maybe y'all would all be running out of here fast. Are you having a good time? Is this not a great band? Now, y'all are so good. I've enjoyed it so much. I hope everybody's had a good time. Met a couple a while ago from Michigan and I think Ohio. We have people from all over, so make them welcome and continue enjoying yourself. Thank y'all.
Put your hands together for Mayor Becky Brackey, y'all. We're going to see if we can take us back a little bit and try a little journey out for everybody.
And she's proof women can run something.
Absolutely.
How I run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round, you're on my mind. Restless hearts sleep alone tonight, sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me. Love and a music man ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh, stand by me. I'm forever yours, faithfully. Under this big tall world, we all need the clouds to make us smile.
Ladies and
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
put your hands together for Mrs. Danielle Wilson.
Hey, y'all, I want to remind you, we've got some TYB merch right over here over the other side of the snakes. You ain't got to get real close to them, but anyhow, after our show, we're going to walk over and hang out for a few minutes. But Becky, bring that up here. Come on, I'm going to put you on the spot real fast. Here's one of our TYB shirts, y'all. It's our newest design. Turn that sucker around for them. There's pink, blue, green. There's decals over there. There's hats. There's koozies. You can have whatever you like. Anyhow, after the show, we're going to go over here to the other side of Snakes and hang out with y'all for just a few minutes. Hope y'all come over and buy some of this merchandise so we ain't got to haul it all back home.
Well, I thought I was getting a break. Donnie was going to do one, but here we go. Like a lot of fun. I'm gonna do it one day. I've been saying that for a while, but it's gonna happen. All right, now Donnie gets to do one.
Golly.
Woo! I hear you, Terry Cat.
Where's he cemetery camp? Okay, I thought that was you up there. I can't see good in my old age.
Chantel. She come up back here and said, "You gotta do this song." It was not on the agenda, but here you go, Chantel, right there. For you and your aunt. We're gonna mess them all up. They wasn't ready for this. We're gonna keep it slow. But maybe you like it. Don't go to sleep. It's a really good song. Tribute to Prince. Here you go. Purple rain, purple rain. I see y'all singing it, you know it. Purple rain, purple rain.
Y'all, that's it for us. Thank y'all for coming out and being a part of this and hanging out with us. I think 5 Run Farms is coming up in a little while. Bobby Tomberlin, Jerome Jackson, they got a lot of stuff lined up. Anyhow, thank y'all for being with us. 5 Run Farms. Anyhow, thank y'all.
Fox Automotive Paint and Body Shop, Leon Wiggins Road, 1.5 miles from Covenant Baptist Church on the right. Insurance claims welcome. Free estimates. Fox Automotive is used by many of our dealerships here in Covenant County. Fox Automotive and Paint has a newly built expansion facility. It's the state of the art. I was impressed. Phone 334-488-9993 or 881-0709. Check out our work on Facebook, Fox Automotive. Free estimates. Insurance always welcome. We will help with insurance deductibles.
WOPP OP, WAMI OP. Together, making better local radio.
$3.99 a pound. Fresh fryer, split breast, $1.19 a pound. Essential everyday sugar, 4.
Was that not a great band? I'm telling you what, they made some good music. Here to introduce the sponsors of this heat, Kelly Brandon from the Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Jay. We hope you enjoyed the last band, today's Yesterday band. I am Kelly Brandon with the Opp Chamber of Commerce. At this time, we're going to have our third heat. As I've told you in the past, each of these snakes is sponsored by a different chamber business, and they got to name their snakes. These numbers are random because the snake handlers grabbed them, and whichever snake they grabbed, with whatever number was on that snake, was which number they took. In the number 10 position, sponsored by Becky Bracky's Kid World. Her snake is named Kitty. Give it up for Becky Bracky's Kitty. The number 4 snake, sponsored yet again by Gary Strickland, owner of Strix Air Control. He named his snake High Voltage. Let's see how much voltage this snake has. Give it up for High Voltage. Next.
I know a fella that's got a lot of explaining to do. She'll get him back 40 times for all this stuff.
That's all right. He just caused me, ladies, to lose 5 pounds. That's what I'm talking about. Next, sponsored by Show and Go Dog Supplies of Alabama. This snake is named after the owner's daughter, Blakely. Give it up for spot 13, Blakely the snake. In the number 1 position, Blissful Healthcare, owned by Sheena Buckaloo. The snake's name is Sheba. Come on, Sheba. In the number 7 position, sponsored by Edward Jones of Opp, Mr. Kyle Gant named his snake Uptick because he said we're going to have an uptick in the economic market. Let's hear it for Uptick number 7. The number 5 position, once again sponsored by Opp Veterinary Hospital and Dr. Roger Story. He is the defending champion, and this is what he named his snake. Rabies Suspect. I thought y'all would appreciate that. In the number 8 position, sponsored by Horizon Vault and Monument, he named his snake Forked Tongue Tommy Twisted Sister. So let's see how somebody with 1, 2, 3, 5 names is able to slither. In the number 12 position, sponsored by Dr. Brock Kelly of LBW, he named his snake Saint, since they are the Saints. Give it up for number 12 from LBW, Saint. In the number 3 position, sponsored by All In Credit Union, they named their snake Optimum Service. In the number 3 position, let's hear it for Optimum Service. And our final snake, being sponsored by H.T. Hackney, this snake is named Sabin. So if you want Sabin to win, let me hear you shout it out. All right, once again, we want to thank our Opp Chamber of Commerce businesses for sponsoring this. And at this time, before we have the race, I want to thank 2 special gentlemen who do not get enough accolades. Mr. J. Michael, our president-elect, for being out here all day emceeing. And the one and only Ken Howell for emceeing also. We'd also like to take a moment to let you know putting on this event requires the whole city. Every department in the city works feverishly throughout the month preparing for this. The utility department, the street department. So I just want to give some kudos to them. Let me hear y'all scream for our Opp City departments. All right, Charles Fuller, are you ready to let the snakes loose?
Oh, you've already told them they're going to dump them in the center and everything? All right, good enough. And we got Mr. Robert Booth that's going to call the race for us. Third heat.
Third heat. And they have ran fast today. And we can see the numbers again this race. Okay. Turn them loose. Let's hear some action. Let's see some action. They're all wadded up in the center. Getting number 13, is that? 13, Show and Go Dog Supplies. And that's about it. There we go. Is that 11? 11 is HD Hackney. Whoa, what's that number? Number 5. Number 5 is Op Veterinarian. Op Veterinarian. Okay, what number's that? Can't tell. 0. We got a 0. How about 3? 3. All in credit. Here's one closest. What number over here? Is that 11? Hey, watch on the back. Backside. What number? 3. 3 on the backside. All in credit union. Congratulations. Optum Service. Sis. Optum Service. They're a little bit more fun in cold weather. They're not in a hurry at all today, are they? Coming out of the circle.
Do you know who the 3 are? You got them written down? Okay. All right. Get your sheet and we can tell them who are the 3. All right, get a pen.
We actually have 2 different species of rattlesnakes out in the circle at this time. The one that right here with Chuck is a timber rattle. The others are eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. But you'll notice the difference in the color, the difference in the pattern. I believe there's another one over there that's a little bigger than that one.
Does anybody know what's that? Ethan Corker? Ethan Corker. Does there anybody here that knows Ethan Corker? There's a text message. What the problem is we found the phone and that's the only way we can look at it. It did say swipe. Swipe up to unlock. We can't unlock this thing. Anybody know Ethan Corker? Guess not. We got the phone anyway. I can get him my britches. All right, Jay, let's go a little bit about this. We've got the 3 winners now, and they're going to run in the championship race.
As soon as we finish a little snake show here, give a little information about the eastern diamondback rattlesnake.
The scientific name of those rascals laying in there is called Crotalus adamantius. They are the largest species of the rattlesnakes. And I'll tell you what, I've been to Texas, to Sweetwater, and they put them in a pit and they weigh them by the pound. They just have, knee-deep in snakes, and those guys are walking around. But they're not the big ones. They won't come over here and handle our snakes because of the size and the weight. What now? Lord have mercy. All right, Crotalus adamantius. There is one that's not Crotalus adamantius, and that is the one that he was showing you. But these are born about 12 inches long, and they're born alive in late summer and early fall. They'll be about 12 inches long when they're born, and then each year after that, they will gain about a foot until they reach the size of maturity. Size of maturity is anywhere on the eastern from 4 foot to 6 foot. We have had some 7 feet. The biggest ones that have been turned in is 13 pounds and 8 ounces. And her name was Matilda. She was a beautiful snake.
What about them 50-pound snakes we used to hear about?
We've never even seen some of that. You know, I tell you what, there's some of those shots from Florida and all these other places got a guy holding up a 40-pound snake or 50 pounds?
Yes, yes.
There ain't no way. You put 50 pounds on the end of that stick right there and see if you can hold it up. You can't do it after it gets way out there. But anyway,
I
13
think one of
pounds, 8 ounces is the biggest one.
The common mistakes that they used to make when we were JCs, we would get phone calls all the time. I've got a 40-pound rattlesnake over here. And we'd say 40 pounds because we used to offer a special amount of money for a snake that was that big. And so they'd bring that snake over there in a 55-gallon drum. And they'd have a four-pound rattlesnake in a 40-pound drum. And they weighed it drum and all, and so they just said it was a 40-pound rattlesnake. So I think that may account for a lot of the things that you may hear about these huge rattlesnakes. I'd hate to come in contact with one. I wouldn't even want to be close to Matilda.
That's true.
In the wild.
She would knock your feet out from under you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But do you remember that there were some times years ago when the JCs was doing this, they were filling full of birdshot for the weight?
Don't say that. You might give away some of Kenneth's old secrets there.
I don't think Kenneth would do that. But he's one of our great catchers. Ladies and gentlemen, these people out here are professionals. Don't try some of this stuff at home. They've had many years' experience in it. They will show you, you can get close enough, you can see exactly what Chuck and Chris and all of them's doing. But they will not let one get to you. But that's another thing. These vicious snakes, as we think about them, if you leave them alone, they'll walk by Chuck and Chris and Ken and go find a shady spot like that music equipment over there.
Our radio listeners and other service devices,
and folks, you'll notice that
we will be leaving after the snake race, the championship next snake race. That will conclude our broadcast for the 60th annual Op Rattlesnake Rodeo. We're going to stay with you until we have the championship race, so you'll know who won today. And
someone's trying to handle.
Stay tuned to that. And of course, we've enjoyed having you. Hope we brought it to your home some way.
I hope you don't. You need to.
So many ways that we're bringing it today. One of the ways we hope you enjoy, and we will leave the radio division part of it after this snake race.
So you reach down.
We enjoyed having you today, by all means.
And his head's right there. Bam, he's got you.
A good safety feature. Let's tell them a little bit about how the snake gets its name, the rattlesnake. You want to start at the head or the tail?
Well, if you're going to talk about the rattles, we're going to have to start.
You're going to have to start at the back, ain't you?
You're going to have to start at the rear end.
Yep, okay. This snake, it sheds its skin about twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year. Well, every time it actually walks through its own skin, it forms a rattle on the backside. Part of that skin develops and adheres to the body of the snake, therefore there's another rattle. People tell you, well, you can tell a snake how old he is by the number of rattles. No, you cannot. That's not going to happen because, like I say, they knock them off. They shed twice a year. Buddy, you come to get this one? All right, thank you. Oh, you have? Okay. I sure didn't know it. But that's the way the rattles. Now, if you'll notice this one here, if you can see, you'll say, is that snake, has it reached maturity? No, it has not, because that's a young snake, because those rattles are pointed. They come down and they taper off to a point. If that snake is mature and quick growing, then those rattles will be the same size all the way across, all the way down. So that's the way you tell if one is reached maturity or not.
We're thankful that the good Lord equipped the rattlesnake with a set of rattles, because that's our sign that we've gotten too close. So if we're in the woods and you hear that rattling sound, first thing to do is to stop, locate the sound, and then back away. Just back away. The danger of the rattlesnake is, as we mentioned earlier, that those rattles are very brittle and they'll break off. This rattlesnake will still shake his tail, but if the rattles are broken off, he's not going to make a noise. So you're not going to hear that. So be very careful of that. We mentioned and we talked a little bit about the senses, the different senses that the rattlesnake has. The first indication that the snake has that you're in the area is that he picks up the vibrations of you walking. The next thing he does, he starts sticking his tongue out and flicking his tongue up and down. We say he's combing the air for scent particles. And he's got a real unusual organ, Ken, that he sticks the forks of that tongue in. Tell him about that.
That's called Jacobson's organ. And he'll poke the forked tongue up in those two pits, and he can tell you whether you're human, whether you're cow, whether you're rat, rabbit, squirrel, whatever. He knows what those scent particles are. And after he finds out about that, then he's going to look and see if he can see you. He can't see you outside of 20 feet more than likely, but inside of 20 feet, he can see an infrared image of what it is. And he can pinpoint it in the middle of the dark, just exactly how far away and where it is and what it is. So there's several ways that he identifies what he's going to eat. If it's bigger than what he wants to eat or thinks he can eat, then it's going to result to I'm going to get out of here and let you come by, or either if you're going to hurt me, I'm going to defend myself. But if it's something that is edible, rat, squirrel, something like that, rabbit, then he will get in a position that he is ready to strike. When he strikes, he drives those fangs into the victim and back out, injects venom and backs out to a position, and then waits for it to go around and die somewhere. And then he takes that same tongue, waves it in the air, and he gets scent particles from the trail that he has, the squirrel or whatever has done. Then when he gets to the squirrel, let's say it's a squirrel or a rabbit, he goes up and he checks it to make sure that it is dead. Then, believe it or not, he goes around, and you know a rabbit is a whole lot bigger than the snake. But the way he goes around and gets from the head first, he'll start eating that snake, and his jaws will separate in the middle down here, and on each side they've got elastic there. And it will actually ratchet the rabbit or the squirrel down its throat by the use of retainer teeth, which is two curved rows of teeth in the top of his mouth. And by the way, that venom, when he gets to his victim, it's already started breaking down the tissue where it will digest.
I had a very interesting question after the second show from a young man. He wanted to know, how did the venom get into the victim or whoever the snake bites? We haven't even talked about the fangs that much. They're like hollow hypodermic needles. You got a little hole on the end of them, and they're connected to the venom sacs, which are on top of the head but on each side of the head. And when he bites down, he can measure out how much venom that he's going to inject through those fangs. Now, we've also had some questions at the snake pit, and questions like, I know y'all pulled those fangs out of those snakes, and we've had to show a few people that the fangs are still very much in those snakes. In fact, if you pulled a fang out, in a matter of 2 or 3 days, another one would drop down in its place. He's got a whole row of fangs all back up in his head that are progressively smaller, that as he loses a fang, that will develop and another fang will drop down in its place. And like I said, it's only a matter of 2 or 3 days till he's got both his fangs back.
That's right. And he uses those fangs to inject venom. But there's also another way that snake will and can defend himself. right?
Well, Chuck could probably give everybody a good whiff of that if he wanted to. Their snakes are equipped down toward the tail. They can spray you with a musk, kind of along the same lines as a skunk, that they can spray you with. So it happens a lot of times with the handlers when they're handling the snake. You have to watch for that. But if you're ever around a snake and you smell something that doesn't smell real great, chances are he has sprayed that musk probably in your direction.
And I got something else. You don't wash it off. You wear it off.
Yeah.
It stays with you a long time. Well, there's also what I was indicating a while ago. The snake can bite you two ways. He can inject the venom if you're to defend himself or if he's wanting food, or either he can bite you like a dog. It's called a true bite. And he'll keep those fangs up in the top of his head, and he will actually bite you, just turn around and bite you saying, hey, turn me loose. I don't mean you any harm, I just want to get away. So there are two ways that snake can bite you. But don't think that just because he didn't use his fangs that you're safe. It don't happen. Inside that snake's mouth, and when he bites you with those teeth, is a perfect place for bacterial infection and some pretty nasty things that you can get from just a bite. So go on and have it taken care of. Which means, brings us to another thing. What happens if one bites you, Jay?
That is an excellent question, and one that we were asked earlier this morning. What happens if you're out in the woods, or maybe you're at your home, and you get bit by a rattlesnake? Well, I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound hard to do, and I just imagine that it would be. But you need to try to stay as calm as possible, because the more you get excited, the more your blood's pumping, and the more that venom is spreading. You need to try to identify the snake. If you need to kill it, just make sure it's dead, and take it with you to the hospital. But if you're bitten by a rattlesnake, try to, if you know how to apply a light tourniquet, apply a light tourniquet between the bite and your heart. If you know how. If you have ice or can make an ice pack, that will help to slow the move of the venom. And then get to the hospital. In most cases, you're within an hour of a hospital. In most cases, get to the hospital. Now, that brings us to something that, we mentioned if you can take the snake with you. Obviously, you'd probably have to kill the snake to take with you. Keep in mind, a dead snake, a dead rattlesnake, is still very, very deadly. He can still bite you. If you cut his head off, and take the rest of the body with you, that would be sufficient. But if you try to pick up the head, be very careful. Use a scoop or something, because I guess it's just the reaction.
It's nerves.
Nerves. He still reacts to the heat of your body and will still bite you. He can't strike you if it's just a head, but he can still bite you.
48 hours later, you can touch it and it'll still exercise its right and work those teeth trying to get to you.
Can't tell you how many people have been bitten because they kill a rattlesnake in their yard, and they take their children out there and they reach down and they show them the head of the rattlesnake, get their finger too close, and he chomps down on them and injects venom in them. And then they have to go through the process of going through the antivenom. That's not cheap stuff.
No. I talked to a man today that the latest version of the antivenom that you get at the hospital is just $11,000 for the antivenom. So it's not a cheap process when you do it. However, if you're bitten by a rattlesnake, I'm sure you'll pull it out of your watch pocket and pay it. Because, I mean, you don't want to die. And if you'd leave it alone if you will.
Now, Ken, I knew at one time, statistically, more people died in the United States from bee stings than from
Wasp and
rattlesnake
bee
bites.
sting, yes.
Is that still?
That's true. Out of about 2,000 snake bites a year, about 30 people die.
I think, and you can verify this, the biggest problem with the rattlesnake is for children. The smaller bodied children just don't have the strength to fight off the toxins, whereas an older adult is going to go through a lot of pain, but they're probably not going to die from a rattlesnake bite, provided they receive treatment.
That provided you get someplace and get treatment. But it's just, these snakes, they will leave you alone, just like that one between Kenny's legs. They will leave you alone if you will leave them alone. They're going to hunt a shadow, a shade, and get in it and just leave you alone. They do not want the confrontation of you against them. So they will leave you alone and just crawl right on by you if you'll leave them alone. That's not a practice. Don't go home and say, hey, throw that, I'm going to walk up and see if he'll, walk by me, crawl by me. Because he won't, because he's heard you and you're making an advancement to you. But anyway, you better watch out, buddy. Have we got our 3 snakes? Yeah. Have we got our championship racers? All right. Where did Robert go? Is he going to call this? So Robert, you going to call the championship race? We'll get Robert over here to see which one he's going to call her for. Y'all got any questions? If you do, we will get you an answer. Best thing you can do is if you've got a question, these guys are professionals. They're over here at the pits. Come on over to the pits. We'll be glad to talk to you about it. If we can't find the answer or give you the answer, we'll certainly call and get the answer for you. All right, hold on.
In our final heat, we have Rumple Snakeskin, sponsored by the J. Reed Agency. This snake won the first heat. From our second heat, we have Slytherin, number 6, sponsored by Encore Rehab. And from our third heat, sponsored by All In Credit Union, we have Optimum Service. Gentlemen, are you ready to drop the final 3 snakes?
All right. The barrel will be raised. And the snakes will drop into the center circle. And they will race to the outer circle. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Turn them loose. Now they have been slow to come out of the circle. The few that have ran done quite well. So let's see what's going to happen here. Not doing anything now. What number is that going out to the side? Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. 9. Is that a 6? How do you know the difference between 6 and a 9? A line under the number, okay.
I have to let you know now, the winner gets the transferable trophy. Is that right, Kelly?
6. 6.
And they keep it in you.
Stay in here. 6. 6. 6. It's going to cost Tim's out that way. That's a 3. That's a 9. That's a 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. Now he's going to stall. Now he goes. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. Who is 6? All In Credit Union. All In Credit Union.
Didn't they win last year? Okay. It's 9. Now they tell me it's a 9. Somebody looked at, is blind on that one? Okay, they're verifying. That is a 9. That is a 9. Jeffrey Reeves, 9. They verified 9. They gave it to me wrong. 9. 9. Got a line under the bottom.
Our winner for the 2021 Op Chamber of Commerce Snake Race was sponsored by Jeffrey Reed, owner and operator of the J. Reed Agency, Rumble Snakeskin.
Thank you, Kelly. We appreciate your help in this. Wait a minute. What now? Oh, Pam, come here. Where's your stuff?
Pam's got some stuff she wants to give
Y'all,
away.
put your hands over your eyes. This lady is deadly. She chunks stuff up there about the 3rd or 4th away from the bottom. Where are your tossers? Y'all, let me tell you something. I'd be amiss if I didn't transfer a message to all of you. There's a young man in Birmingham, Alabama at UAB. Wednesday morning he had 4 bypasses and a matrix valve repair. And he told me, he said, I want you to tell them, everybody there, whether they know me or not, that I'm going to make it. So he did. It's my son. But he went through that and he said, Dad, tell him I'll be there next year. So I know there's a lot of people and it's amazing what medicine can do. So, and the military. Who all's in the military? Stand up and holler. Because we love you very much and we appreciate everything that you do for us and the United States. Thank y'all very much. All right, did they throw all of them away?
They're in the process of giving some of this stuff out. We appreciate our sponsors very much. In case you haven't noticed it, you've had free Wi-Fi while you've been in the stadium. That's compliments of Extreme Mediacom. And I believe we may still have some rattlesnake meat.
Yeah, if y'all hadn't got any rattlesnake meat today, go up there and get some of it. You can't go home without saying, I tasted rattlesnake. It's delicious.
It's in the concession stand right back here, behind the curve in the bleachers. Go back there and get you some rattlesnake meat.
Whoa, they're still throwing stuff. Y'all watch out. Here comes another one. Woo! All right, Jay, are we through, buddy?
I think we're getting pretty close.
Are there any questions? Honestly.
Just in case this mic is still hot and we hadn't left the air, we enjoyed it. Hope y'all did. This concludes the broadcast part of the 60th annual Rattlesnake Rodeo.
One of these Eastern Diamonds.
That includes a hush puppy and one of the following slaw, french fries, or cheese grits. That's David's Catfish House, all you can eat catfish and shrimp.
David's Catfish House says go Bobcats and go Trojans. Larry's Prescriptions, now offering delivery service. Call for details, 493-3549. Larry's Prescriptions, we're the oldest locally owned pharmacy in Opp. Come by for friendly service and low prices. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Laird's is located at 801 North Main Street, across from Mizell Memorial Hospital. Come in and check out the dollar wall and all your overall counter needs. Larry's Prescriptions. Cahey Funeral Home. From the traditional funerals to the competitive price cremation. Serving Andalusia, Lockhart, Clio, and Evergreen. At Cahey Funeral Home, we want to help families grieve the loss, as well as celebrate the memories of your loved ones. Cahey Funeral Home, owned and operated by Randy and Kim Cahey, Phone 222-8440. Live streaming the services now available at all Cahey Funeral Home locations.
Children play in the park. They don't know I'm alone in the dark. Even though time and time again I see your face smiling inside. I'm so happy that you love me. Life is lovely when you're near me. Tell me you will stay, make me smile. Living life is just a game, so they say. All the games we used to play fade away. We may now enjoy the dreams we shared so long ago. Oh, my darling, got to have you. Feel the magic when I hold you. Cry sweet tears of joy, touch the sky. Now I need you, oh yeah, more than ever. Oh yeah, no more crying. We're together. Tell me you will stay, make me smile. Now I told you so, you ought to know. It takes some time for a feeling to grow. But you're so close now, I can't let you go. And I can't let go. To show the way I feel, my secrets